What if you birth a life in Germany but don't fit into the standard immigration system? Well, paragraph 25 offers a lifeline allowing people in exceptional circumstances to stay to stay when others might be forced to leave. Let's now explore how this law can provide protection and other chance for those who need it most. Stay tuned. Once again, you are welcome back. Well, in this video, we shall dive deep into the different sections of paragraph 25 of the German Aufenthalt law or Aufenthalt title rights. Certainly is the breakdown of the key subsection, they call it Absatz, of paragraph 25 of the German Residence Act, they call it Aufenthaltsgesetz AufenthG, each focusing on different types of residence permits granted on humanitarian grounds. We are going to take the first point, paragraph 25, section 1. This one is a humanitarian residence permit. What are the key points? This subsection allows a residence permit to be granted to individuals who cannot be deported due to humanitarian reasons or serious hardship. These individuals may not qualify for refugee status, but can stay in Germany for humanitarian protection. Well, let's now take a look at who it applies to. People who cannot return to their home country due to conditions such as armed conflicts, threat of persecution, or serious risk to their life or health. These are the people it applies to. But what are the key features? Well, key features include temporary protection. The resident permit is often granted temporarily with a review after a certain period of time. Inability to be deported. Deportation is not an option because the person faces significant risk. That is what you have to know about paragraph 25(1). Now let's look at paragraph 25, section 2. The residence permit for individuals with long-term stay or close ties. What are the key points? The key points to this is that it allows people who have lived in Germany for a long time or who have deep ties, for example, family or integration into the society, to remain in Germany or to remain in the country despite not having legal status or facing deportation. Some will say who it applies to. Well, this applies to individuals who have been in Germany for an extended period of time and have strong connections like children, long-term residents, or individuals who have integrated into the German society. But now, what are the key features in this paragraph 25 too? The person may receive a temporary residence permit with the possibility of renewal. Family ties or social integrations are considered strong grounds for granting this type of residence permit. Let's look at the third point, paragraph 25, section 3. This one is granted for family reunification under humanitarian protection. But what are the key points? This provision allows for family reunification of individuals who have been granted residence under humanitarian grounds. Who it applies to? It applies to family members, in bracket, spouse, children, of individuals who have been granted residence under the first paragraph, either under paragraph 25, section 1 or paragraph 25, section 2. But what are the key features? It allows the individual to bring their family into Germany. In this as well, family reunification requires providing that the individuals can financially support the family members and that they meet necessary legal requirements. Now let's talk about the fourth point, paragraph 25, section 4, which is for protection of minors and vulnerable individuals. What are the key points with respect to this paragraph 25.4? This subsection focuses on minors or individuals who are particularly vulnerable, providing them with protection and residence permits when deportation would severely affect their well-being. Who does it apply to? Well, this one is unaccompanied minors who have lived in Germany for years, or vulnerable individuals like victims of human trafficking. But what are the key features to this? Key features include special attention to the well-being of the minors and the vulnerable individuals, ensuring they are not sent back to unsafe conditions. This provision also protects individuals who would face serious personal harm if deported. Now let's move to paragraph 25.5, the fifth point. And this one is the temporary protection status. But what are the key points? The key points include this is used to grant a temporary residence permit to individuals from countries facing temporal danger. For example, war or environmental disaster. Who does it apply to? It applies to people fleeing from a temporal crisis in their home country, e.g. civil war, natural disaster, like the case of the Russia-Ukrainian war. Key features: temporary residence permit, temporary residence. This person is granted temporary protection while the situation in their home country remains dangerous. This provision is often used for refugees from war zones, as I said already, the Ukraine-Russian people, or areas with unstable conditions. Let's look at the sixth point. Paragraph 25, section 6. Revocation of residence permit. What are the key points? This section allows the revocation of residence permit if the conditions that justify it no longer apply, or if the individuals violate public safety regulations. Who does it apply to? Well, this particular paragraph applies to individuals whose circumstances have changed, such as, for example, improvement in their home country's conditions, or individuals involved in criminal activities. But what are the key features binding this paragraph? This person may lose their residence status if they no longer meet the conditions for humanitarian protection. If they no longer meet these conditions, then revocation could also occur if they are seen as a threat to public safety. Now let's come to the final point. The seventh point, paragraph 25, section 7. And this is the type of, this one is particularly for humanitarian protection in very exceptional cases. Now let's look at the key points. This section allows for a residence permit in exceptional humanitarian cases that do not fit typical asylum framework, but still warrant protection. But now some will say, who does it apply to? Well, this applies to individuals facing extreme hardships, such as victims of gender-based violence or trafficking, or those with high risk of harm if deported. But what are the key features, as you may ask? Key features include the individual is granted a temporary residence permit for reasons that they don't fall under normal asylum or refugee criteria, but are still seen as humanitarian needs. Now, let's now look at some of the key summaries with respect to paragraph 25. Let's look at the first point. Paragraph 25, section 1. Humanitarian protection for individuals who cannot be deported. Blue passport. Paragraph 25, section 2. Residence permit for long-term residents with strong ties to Germany. Paragraph 25.3. Family reunification for individuals granted residence under humanitarian grounds. Paragraph 25.4. This one is special protections for minors and vulnerable individuals. What about paragraph 25.5? Temporary protection for individuals from countries facing temporal dangers. Paragraph 25, section 6. Revocation of permits when conditions no longer apply or public safety is at risk. What about paragraph 25 section 7, humanitarian protection in exceptional cases? So these different subsections of paragraph 25 provide a wide range of residence permits, ensuring that people facing humanitarian crisis, for example, humanitarian crisis, long-term residents, minors, or those needing family reunification can remain in Germany when necessary. The provisions also protect vulnerable groups from being deported into unsafe or harmful situations. Well, if you found this video or if you found this information helpful, don't forget to hit that like button and drop a comment. Of course, I would love to hear your thoughts and questions in the comment section. Share this with anyone who could benefit from it, and let's spread this knowledge. Be sure to follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok for more updates and insights. And don't miss out on exclusive content by subscribing to my YouTube channel, The Game Changer 17 Minors TV. Your support normally helps me bring more valuable content to you. So stay connected and let's keep the conversation going. I remain your one and only one, the game changer, the epitome of the mindset. I hope you find this video interesting by spreading out and sharing this information. Thank you guys for your time, and you remain blessed. Take care. Bye-bye.